Hey guys, Wet Movie 1 back here again for another Blu-ray DVD update video for you guys today. It's been about 2 weeks or so since my last one. Got a big old stack of goodies here to talk to you guys about today. But make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up if you guys like my videos. But also today, I got a random package from Walmart.com today. Something I probably ordered over a month ago, showed up on my doorstep, took over a month to come. Looks all dirty and nasty, but I'm going to be unbubbling this at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. Right now, I'm really excited to talk about these first two up for you. As you can tell, I'm rocking my Sleepaway Camp t-shirt, rocking my Sleepaway Camp movie collection behind me, my VHS, my DVD collection, and my Blu-ray stuff. But right now, I'm going to be talking to you about some new, awesome Scream Factory. Alright guys, and first up you guys all know is Sleepaway Camp 2, Unhappy Campers here on Blu-ray in the collector's edition, which I'm very excited about. And this, you guys all know the Sleepaway Camp franchise. This one right here, part 2, takes place about 5 years after the original film. Angela has been in a nut house since then. She has escaped and finally has gotten a job at this camp called Rolling Hills under a different name, and just taking out all of the campers that are misbehaving, and just taking them out one by one in the only way Angela knows how. And I've always really liked this sequel. It has really inventive kills in it. Pamela Springsteen playing Angela in part 2 and 3 really knocked it out of the park in this one. But the really cool thing is about these collector's editions is that you get new commissioned artwork, and you get the original cover art here to the film. But you guys are really buying it for the new special features that are on here that weren't released on the Anchor Bay DVDs that came out. You get a new audio commentary track on here by Michael A. Simpson and the writer of the film talking about the experiences. You also get like some behind the scenes B-roll footage on the set of the film, just showing you how it was for the crew making the movie, which was kind of interesting to have on the Blu-ray. It's like not a lot of talking, it's just sort of like on set footage kind of thing. But you also get a 2-part making of the film. Part 1 is on Sleepaway Camp 2, and part 2 is on Sleepaway Camp 3, and it's called Tale of Two Sequels, where Red Shirt Pictures, or Michael Felsher's company, made a behind-the-scenes featurette talking to the director and cast and crew about their experience on, making these films, which was really kind of entertaining and interesting because, Michael Felsher does like some of the best making-ofs when it comes to these like cult movie, horror movie classics like this, because he works for like Synapse and, Shout Factory and all these different places, and I think Red Shirt Pictures puts out like some of the best, in-depth behind-the-scenes kind of stuff that fans really want, and I'm just really happy that Michael was the one, behind this one. But it's really cool because you get the cast and crew talking about the movies and how they shot part 2 and 3 kind of back to back. That all they had was like a weekend in between the shoots of 2 and 3 and stuff like that on here. But you also get a new special feature on here with Adam the Woo, who you guys all know from YouTube, and he's been in a video of mine back in the day, going onto the sets of Sleepaway Camp 2 and 3 and what they look like now. How they've been kind of like left to the wayside, and kind of how they're all decrepit looking now and stuff. It's really kind of interesting. I think I remember seeing that on his YouTube page. But if you're a fan of 80s slasher flicks, you guys know the Sleepaway Camp movies, man. You guys definitely have to upgrade the Blu-ray. It looks fantastic in 1080p here. But this next one up right here, of course, is Sleepaway Camp 3, Teenage Wasteland, which is my personal favorite of the 2 sequels. I know a lot of people really like, number 2. I love them. I love all the Sleepaway Camp movies. But just number 3, to me, I just dig it a little bit more, because this one takes place a year after the second film. Angela now is kind of, on the run a little bit, but now she's under another name, and she's going to another camp called Camp New Horizons, and but she's going there as a camper and not a camp counselor like she was in part 2. And this one is like they take a couple of rich kids from Beverly Hills and a couple of inner city kids, from the ghetto, and put them together into this camp. And I kind of always liked that dynamic, when it came to this, we're like preppy rich kids, and like the underprivileged kids going at it, back and forth, bickering to each other in the camp, while Angela's going, what is wrong with you guys? And then, of course, picking them off one by one like she always does. I don't know. I always kind of like this one. I know part 2 has more original kills to it, like the porta potty scene and, you know, all that kind of stuff. And this one, it seemed like it had a little bit less money to work with. But I've always really loved this one. And on this Blu-ray here, you also get a commentary by Michael A. Simpson and the writer talking about the movie. You get part 2 to the Michael Felsher special feature, which was on the Sleepaway Camp 2, the Tale of Two sequels, where they get in depth. I'm talking about part 3. Very, very interesting stuff on here. But the cool thing is, super cool thing is about this Blu-ray, there was the MPAA or whatever was heavily censoring this film when it came out back in the day, and was like making them take out a lot of little gore sequences in the film because they didn't like what they were seeing. But on here, you get like, what's it called, the daily reel, like the whole complete uncut versions of all the gore scenes and stuff, the complete film, but it's like not in HD. But the thing is, it's cool because you get all the extended gore sequences added into the film that you don't see on the Blu-ray version, which is kind of cool because I've never seen that before. Like, there's a scene where this one guy gets his arms ripped off, but you never really you know what happens, but in the what's it called, the test footage or whatever, you get to actually see it get ripped off and stuff. It is kind of cool that they added that whole feature on here like that. It was just amazing. But of course you get the reversible artwork of the original cover on the inside artwork, and of course the new commission artwork here from Scream Factory. Just amazing jobs they did on Sleepaway Camp 2 and 3 here on Blu-ray. But next up over here from Scream Factory also is a cool monster double feature, and it's called Tentacles and Reptilicus here on Blu-ray. These are cool little monster kind of movies that came out in like the 60s and 70s. Tentacles is pretty much about this small seaside town that's being, you know, overrun by this killer octopus that's in the ocean that's like kind of taking people off the shore, like killing little babies and, you know, killing people on boats and things. And it's about, you know, this journalist that's trying to get down to the bottom of what's happening and trying to stop this thing from killing any more. It stars Henry Fonda and what's his name again? John Huston, Shelley Winters. You get a really good cast in this movie. Like, some of these people that are in this movie, I'm like, why are they in a movie like this? You know, like a really fun kind of cheesy kind of flick when they're really like, you know, top-notch actors. I don't know, but it's a really fun flick, and it looked like Henry Fonda didn't really even know what he was doing. You know what I mean? Like, he was like, they had him in there. It looked like they had him for like a day and a half to shoot a couple of little scenes, and he didn't even look like he knew where he was at or what he was doing. It was really kind of funny. But the one I want to talk to you guys about the most is Reptilicus here. This is a film I've never seen before, and I'm like, this seems really kind of interesting. It's pretty much about these like miners that uncover this, you know, old tale to this like old, monster thing, and they're like, what is this? And they think it might be alive still because it's the kind of like bleeding and like the, you know, like pulsing and stuff like that. So these scientists come down, take this, you know, tail from them and put it on ice to try to figure out what this is and like what this reptile could have been. And of course, when they bring it there, the thing starts, you know, mutating itself back into a creature again and running wild all over the city and taking people out. It's kind of like a Godzilla kind of movie, you know, like a monster movie. You know, like when you see like a weird monster, you can like see strings and stuff like pulling it along. You know, it's really kind of fun and cheesy. It felt like I was watching like Godzilla / Power Rangers, where they kind of like, you know, the weird ways they would shoot things on like miniatures when the creature's going down the way. I don't know. I always kind of like that good fun cheesy stuff every once in a while. And Reptilicus is just a really fun movie when it comes to stuff like that, if you like those movies of that time. But on this Blu-ray here, you get trailers to both the films and a new HD transfer of Reptilicus. But these movies are just complete fun cheese. You don't go into taking these ones seriously whatsoever. They're just a lot of fun if you guys like, you know, creature features. But that's Tentacles and Reptilicus here on Blu-ray. And next up over here from Warner Brothers is a show I've never seen before, but I heard some good things from my mom. She's watched an episode or two on television, so I'm like, hey, I want to check this out. And it's the complete first season of The Last Ship here on Blu-ray. This one stars Eric Dane, who was like Mark Sloan on Grey's Anatomy, that's a show I really love, especially watching with my mom. And in this one, he plays a captain of this Navy ship that's going on this routine mission, or he thinks it's a routine mission, because like there's a little outbreak that's going out on certain parts of the world right now, where like people are getting, you know, infected with this virus and then dying two days later, and they're going out to try to maybe find a cure. And when they're out there, they think they found a cure to something, but before they are able to come back home, they find out that this virus is taken over pretty much the whole, like 80% of the world, and pretty much almost everyone is dying or dead, and they're stuck on this ship in the middle of this ocean, and it's them just trying to figure out what they're going to do, because they have limited supplies of food, fuel, and all this kind of stuff, and they have to figure out how they're going to stay alive and what they're going to do. It's a really kind of interesting show that I didn't know if I was going to like as much as I did, and I already watched a handful of episodes of this so far. It's really kind of cool. If you guys never heard about it before, definitely give this one a watch, man. It's very fun. I like it very much. And next up over here is something that came, I didn't know much about it. It just kind of showed up in the mail. I've never seen an episode in my life, but I just wanted to show you guys this because it just showed up. And it's Falling Skies, the complete 4th season here on Blu-ray. I don't know, I think it's on the TNT channel, and you get all 12 episodes plus some bonus content on here. Never seen an episode in my life, but sometimes things come in the mail and I'm like, I don't know, I didn't order this or ask for this, you know what I mean? It's just kind of, but that's Falling Skies. I'm sure it's probably an okay show, but I've never seen any of the other seasons, so I can't just watch this one, you know? And next up over here from Warner Brothers also is a sitcom show that I kind of enjoy watching every once in a while. I never watched it on a regular when it was on TV. I have like seasons 1 through 5 of it already, but damn, it's all this is the final season of the show, and it's 2.5 Men, the complete 12th and final season. Of course, the stars, you know, Ashton Kutcher and John Cryer here. And in this season, Walden, played by Ashton Kutcher, at the beginning of this movie, kind of suffers, you know, like a mild kind of heart attack, or he thinks like a mild heart attack, and he wants to change his life now. You know what I mean? He wants to do something. He wants to do something with his life, something that will give his life meaning. So he decides he wants to adopt a kid. But at the beginning of this show, he can't adopt a kid because the people at the adoption agency don't think he's a good fit. So he decides that, you know, that he has to marry John Cryer's character, and you know, to try to trick the people at this adoption agency that they're a real couple and they want a baby together and stuff like that. And it's just the craziness that ensues from there when it comes to, you know, that situation. I think this show is kind of funny, you know what I mean? Like, I miss Charlie Sheen, of course, because he's the one I originally saw on the show. I forgot what season he left on or he got fired from, but like, Ashton Kutcher is a really, you know, was a really good replacement when it comes to this on this show here. But you get all 16 episodes of the final season here on DVD, plus a gag reel. So if you're a fan of the show, just wanted to let you guys all know that the final season of 2.5 Men is out. Really funny stuff, man.
Hi, I'm just stopping by with my review today. What I have for you is Hello Ladies. And of course, as usual, it's a TV series. And it stars Stephen Merchant. Now, I don't know if any of you out there know him, but I was first introduced to him in the TV show called Extras, and that's starring Ricky Gervais and his friend Stephen Merchant. And I just really enjoyed it. I thought, who is this 6'7" gawky guy? He's hysterical. Well, they gave him his own series, and he also directs some of these also, but it's called Hello Ladies, and he plays Stuart, kind of a gawky web designer, and with just dreams of being in the fine life of, you know, the Hollywood movie scene life with all the great clubs and great restaurants. And he tries so hard to, you know, be this society guy, and he's just really extremely awkward. Plus, he's really petty. So it makes for a great combination. I can't begin to tell you. But anyway, these, you know, it's just episodes, and it shows how he tries to get into the Hollywood life. And I'm sorry, Stephen Merchant is so funny because he is so tall, and the directors on these episodes have him doing stuff that just because of his height, it's so funny. It's like physical shtick, as it were. But it's really worth, you know, looking at this. It's really funny. And this is Hello Ladies. It features all 8 episodes and the movie. Gotta watch that one. It's pretty cool. So like I say, I'd pick this up if I were you. What I have here, once again, you know me and my TV series. Well, this is the second season of Ray Donovan, and it stars Liv Schreiber, and oh gosh, there's Elliot Gould in it, John Voight, It's just kind of keeps going along. Ray Donovan, as you know, is a Hollywood crisis solver. Anybody or actors or whatever in Hollywood that needs saving from awkward situations, he's the guy to call. But the understory is, he's kind of used to, whatever, he's kind of gangsterish, and his family is, what's causing him problems due to the fact that his father, played by John Voight, has been in prison. He's now out, and in this particular season, I guess you might say, it starts off once again with the FBI trying to find out who killed Sully. So, you know me, I love this kind of stuff, and I haven't watched all of them yet, just 2, and it starts off really great. I'm really enjoying it. If you like season 1, pick up season 2.
Alright guys, and next up from Sony is a film I missed in the theaters, but I really wanted to see it, and it's called Chappie here on Blu-ray. This is from the director of District 9 and Elysium. This movie takes place a little bit into the future, where human cops have been replaced by robot cops, and there's this character played by Dave Patel, is a guy that created these robots that are fighting crime right now, but he's on the brink of discovering artificial intelligence. And he's just cracked the code, and he wants to insert this chip into one of the robots to see if this robot can become smart. So one day, Dave Patel's character, the guy that created these robots, steals one of the robots from the company that he works for, and to implant one of these chips into this robot to help this robot become intelligent. And it happens, but as soon as it happens, this robot gets stolen from the creator, Dave Patel, from these 2 criminal guys that need this robot to commit these crimes so they can make this money that they owe these other bad guys and stuff, and it's just a back and forth between the 2. I thought this movie was okay. It could have been a lot better. It felt like this movie took from a lot of other movies that I've seen, like RoboCop. It also felt like I was watching Short Circuit a little bit with one of the little robot characters that's in Dave Patel's apartment. I don't know, it felt like this movie took from a lot of other movies, but I really liked the vibe and the feel of this movie. But the character of Chappie was just really cool. You know what I mean? Because he's like talking and trying to mimic the people that he's around, and doing things like, yo homie, how you doing? And like just talking the way the people are talking that are around him, and trying to form his own way of being. And I really dug it, and especially the ending of this film was kind of cool. I'm not going to ruin it for you, but I thought it was kind of cool the way it ended and stuff. It was really interesting. But this movie, from a 0 to a 10, I'm going to have to give this one like a 6. You know what I mean? Like just because it felt like it took from a lot of other movies. But this movie looked amazing on Blu-ray. But that's Chappie here on Blu-ray. And next up over here from Twilight Time, and this movie was first originally a play, and it's called American Buffalo here on Blu-ray. And this is a film that stars, what's his name, Dennis Franz and Dustin Hoffman. And these guys, they work in this small little thrift store in the middle of this small town, and it's about these 2 guys trying to plan this heist, this coin heist, in this store, because they think they got ripped off a little bit earlier in the week or whatever from these guys that came into their shop. And this is them in their shop trying to plan this heist the whole time and try to figure out how they're going to do this and how they're going to, get this person back for screwing them over. And I thought it was very, very riveting. I really liked it. It's written by David Mamet, who did like Ronin, Glenn Glary, Glenn Ross, like a lot of really great movies like Wag the Dog. It's just very, very well written and very well acted, especially by Dustin Hoffman in here. He's just a really fast-talking kind of guy in this movie, and I really enjoyed his character in here. This is more of a character piece, a character-driven film, and I think Dennis Franz did a very good job also. He was from like NYPD Blue. This movie came out back in like 1996, and I can't believe I've never seen the film until now. But I'm on this Blu-ray here. You get a new audio commentary track by a film historian, and the original theatrical trailer on here. The picture quality is pretty amazing on this film here, but that's American Buffalo here on Blu-ray. Alright guys, and next up from Twilight Time also is Mississippi Burning here on Blu-ray. This is the first time this film has been presented in 1080p. I've always really kind of enjoyed this movie. It's pretty much about these three civil rights workers in Mississippi that, you know, get kidnapped at the beginning of this film. And it's about Gene Hackman and William Dafoe's character that are detectives that are sent down to Mississippi to investigate what happened to these boys and where are they and what's going on and all the craziness that they endure when they're there with the KKK, you know, burning crosses in front of their hotel that they're staying at, and like, you know, it's like harassing them in this small town while they're just trying to figure out what happened to these three, you know, civil rights workers. And of course they uncover, you know, all this other like deep-rooted stuff that's happening in Mississippi, you know, back in the time when, you know, there was like, you know, of course black water fountains and white water fountains, and you know what I mean, like when everything was segregated back in the day. It's a really well done flick. I was really pleasantly surprised by the picture quality on this. They did a very good job with the transfer on the Blu-ray, and the acting in this movie is really well done. And of course, you get Darius McCrary in here, as you know, very young Darius McCrary, who you guys all know from Family Matters, who played Eddie Winslow in here as one of the young kids in Mississippi trying to help out the cops. On this Blu-ray here, you get audio commentary track with the director Alan Parker in the original theatrical trailer. The movie's still cool and looks amazing, so if you're a fan of the film, I want to let you guys all know the Blu-ray's out now. And next up over here from 20th Century Fox is a show that I really love. I know I'm going to get some crap for it from some of you guys, but I like it anyway. And that is Glee, the final season here on DVD. On this set here, you get all 13 episodes of the final season of Glee on here, with like a little making of special feature at that look back at the series with the cast and crew talking about the show. But in this season takes place, of course, right after the last one, where, you know, Sue Sylvester, the principal of the school, has finally demolished the Glee Club. Rachel, at the beginning of the final season, is going through some hard times. She's just gotten fired from her TV show that she was doing. It kind of flopped for her. She has all this bad stuff going on. Her parents are, you know, divorcing each other, and it's her coming back to McKinley to find out that Sue Sylvester has, you know, vanished the Glee Club from the school. So she decides to take the little bit of money she has made from her TV show that she had, to put it, you know, into the Glee Club and bring it back to the school. And it's her and the whole Glee cast from the previous seasons trying to recruit new kids for the new Glee Club. That's pretty much what the synopsis is for this season. I always love this show. I always like the characters in here, especially of, like, you know, Chris Colfer, the guy that plays Kurt in here. He always does a very good job, and so does Jane Lynch, and pretty much everyone in the cast is just amazing. I don't know. I always like musicals, like, you know, Grease and Fiddler on the Roof. Like, I'm a musical kind of guy, and I've always kind of, you know, dug this show. I have all the seasons of them already. I just want to let you guys all know that Glee, the final season, is out now on DVD, man. I just love this show, man. Great stuff. And next up over here is Turbo Fast, Season 1 here on DVD. This is a show that, of course, is taken from the movie that was called Turbo that came out years ago, about this snail that's able to, you know, go really fast and like speed around racetracks and stuff like that. And in the show, it takes place a couple of months after the movie, and Turbo's just won like the Grand Prix or whatever, and he's going back to his home where all his friends and family are, to find out that they set up this racetrack and he can race all around and have fun. And each episode is like, you know, a different race. You know what I mean? A different person that he has to race and, you know, go against and things like that. I thought it was kind of a fun show. Really kind of kiddish. I believe it's a show that that's on Netflix right now, or Hulu, or one of those kind of places. You get all 26 episodes, over 9 hours of turbo action here on DVD. Alright guys, the sun is going down now. I had to turn on the light in here. Next up from Paramount is the SpongeBob movie, Sponge Out of Water, here on 3D Blu-ray. The simple story on this one. There's someone in a Bikini Bottom or whatever steals the recipe to the Krabby Patty, and everyone thinks it's Plankton, and people, because Plankton's always the one trying to steal the recipe from SpongeBob, and it's not really him, and it's SpongeBob and Plankton being blamed for the recipe disappearing. So it's those two teaming up together to try to find out who took the recipe, to the Krabby Patties, as the whole world that they live in is turning into this big apocalyptic world, and everyone in their, under the water is going crazy because they don't have Krabby Patties, the only thing they love to eat. Yeah, this right here looks amazing on Blu-ray, but on this disc here, you get a whole bunch of special features like making ofs with the creators of the show talking about their creation and stuff, and the basic kind of stuff that you get on new release movies these days, and a cool little holographic cover on this one. I say check this one out if you're a SpongeBob fan, even if you're not, and you have like a family, you guys might like watching this one. It looks beautiful, like I said, on blue. And next up over here from Alchemy is a film I didn't really know much about until I got this Blu-ray, and I kind of dug it for what it was. It stars Kristen Wiig, and it's called Welcome to Me here on Blu-ray. And she plays in this movie. She plays the character of Alice. She has like multiple personality disorder, or like what do they call it on here? Borderline personality disorder. So she's kind of out of her mind. She does nothing but plays the lottery all the time and watches pre-recorded episodes of Oprah on television, like ones that she's seen like 50 million times already. And she, like I said, she plays the lottery like every day until one day she wins the lottery, and she doesn't really know what to do. You know what I mean? She's been playing it for years, and she's finally won it. She's out of her mind, and she goes, you know what? I want to have a talk show on television. I want to be like the next Oprah. But she doesn't really know what the show is really going to be like. So the people that are at this, TV station are like, so what is this show going to be like? She's like, it's going to be me talking about my life. And they're like, you're going to have topics and like guests and stuff? No, it's just going to be me talking about my life. And it's just the hilarity ensues from there with her, with the money that she made from the lottery, starting her own talk show and how it goes for her and stuff. It's really kind of like a dark comedy. You get Linda Cardellini in here, who was from, what's it called, the second Avengers film, and Freaks and Geeks. He's in here playing like Kristen Wiig's friend in this movie. It's alright. It's not like an amazing movie, but I enjoyed it for what it was. And for some reason, you get Kristen Wiig naked in here for a scene, just like walking butt-ass naked. I'm like, well, I wasn't expecting that to be honest. But if you guys like weird, dark, quirky comedies, check this one out. It wasn't that bad. I dug it. Alright guys, and next up from Lionsgate is Beyond Reach here on Blu-ray, starring Michael Douglas, who I've always loved ever since Falling Down back in the day. Just love his movies in The Game. And in this movie, he plays this really rich, eccentric businessman that's going down to this one small town in the middle of nowhere by like the Mojave Desert or whatever, asking the sheriff of police if this young boy, or this young man, can take him out on this adventure in the desert to teach him how to hunt. You know what I mean? Because he has this like new gun that he wants to use and all this kind of stuff. So this young boy, not young boy, but like young man, probably like 20 something, gets hired to take Michael Douglas out in the middle of the desert to go hunting until something really bad happens and Michael Douglas shoots somebody that they don't know what's going on, and then it's Michael Douglas versus this young man, and the young man trying to stay alive while Michael Douglas is kind of torturing him in the middle of this desert. It was really kind of cool. It's really simple, really kind of fun. I didn't really ruin anything for you. If you watch the movie and you read the back of this thing, you know what's going on. But it was really cool because it's just pretty much two people the whole movie in the whole desert. It was really, really, really entertaining, really well shot, really kind of cool. And of course you get a making of on here, and I think this is like I saw the special features on here. It says it's like it was a book first and they turned it into a movie. I think it was called like Death Watch at first or something. But yeah, man, this was really kind of cool. Michael Douglas, man, he's always awesome in movies. And next up over here is a show I didn't really care for that much. It was called Country Bucks Season 1 here on DVD. This is kind of sort of like, what's it called, the Duck Dynasty in a way. It's about this family called the Buzzards family, and they own this place where they create and sell like hunting equipment and like equipment for people to go fishing, hunting, and like doing all this kind of stuff. And in this show, it's just these guys that are testing different products, to see if it's good enough for them to sell in their stores. It's like I said, it's kind of like Duck Dynasty. Has all 8 episodes of season 1 here. I never even heard about it until I got this this DVD here to review for you guys. It's just really weird, and it even has 1 or 2 of the guys from Duck Dynasty show in here just to try to probably help the popularity of it or something. I don't get it. But on this on DVD here, you get like 10 minutes of special features, never before seen on TV. It's really kind of forgettable, to be honest with you guys. And next up over here is something you guys know I had to get anyway. That is Power Rangers Super Mega Force Sky Strike here on DVD. On the set here, you get 5 episodes of the Super Mega Force series on here. And of course, you get the new character of Orion, the Silver Ranger, you know, part of the team doing his thing. And of course, the Power Rangers trying to fight the evil alien armada and trying to, you know, make sure they don't take out the Earth, you know, from them. And it's just okay. It's the same old stuff that you get from all the other previous releases when the Rangers can like change in and use different powers. There's an episode in here where they go into the RPM world from the season of RPM, and you know, one of the bad guys kind of transports them there, and they see one of the cars from RPM, and they use that to their advantage and, you know, take out the bad guy. I thought it was kind of cool in that one. You can't really, you know, get into depth with these kind of things because they're all kind of the same each episode. But I love Power Rangers, man. I'm always going to enjoy them for what they are. I know they're just, you know, fun popcorn kind of things, but you know what? I enjoy it. Even though Mighty Morphin Power Rangers is my favorite one of all time and will always be the classics, baby. And last up over here from Lionsgate also is a double feature pack of 2 Lifetime movies. One's called Pastor Brown, which I only watched a little bit of. I couldn't really get into it. It's about this one pastor who's sick and dying on his deathbed, and he calls his daughter that he hasn't seen in a while to come visit him, but yet he hasn't seen her in a long time, and she's like a stripper, and he's telling her, I'm leaving you the church, and I need you to keep this church going for me, so you're going to be the new pastor of this church. And it's just, you know, what happens from there. It was just kind of weird. I wanted to see this one right here called that's on here also, called Sins of a Mother. It stars Jill Scott, who I've always liked. She was in a couple of Tyler Perry's movies, like Why Did I Get Married ones. She's always cool, a great singer turned actress. She's always entertaining. But it's about this young girl who's going to college. She's kind of struggling in college. She's kind of burnt out of, you know, what she's doing over there, and her college teacher kind of says, hey, you need to step away for a while because, you know, you're getting kind of crazy over here. So she's kind of, you know, shit out of luck and has nowhere really else to go, is to go meet her mom that she hasn't seen in many years since her mother was a drunk when she was a child, and she has nowhere else to go except for where her mom is, and she doesn't really want to go there because when she was younger, her mom was always, you know, drunk all the time and bringing random guys home and doing all this stuff, and it's pretty much her trying to come to terms with her mother and, you know, trying to form some sort of relationship with her, and it's just the back and forth between the two. I kind of really enjoyed it. I like Lifetime movies every once in a while, and when they're done well, I like them even more. So Sins of a Mother is the better one of the 2 that's on this pack here. I just wanted to let you guys all know about it. But guys, that's all I have to talk to you guys about today of movie-wise. So let's get on over to the other side of my room and unbubble this bad boy and find out what I got. Praise him. Praise him. He is back. He is risen from the grave. No, I haven't, motherfucker. It's bubble time, bitch. I don't give a motherfucking shit. You guys want to know what I got? Check this out. It's time to unbubble. It's time to get in trouble. Do you want to get double? Here we go. Bubble, unbubble. Double. I'm Bubble King, just get with this, motherfuckers, you don't know me, son. I unbubble this, I unbubble that, I bubble, double. That's what I call it now, son. Bubble. Let's get the show started, yubble. Here we go, son. Yubble. Yo, unbubble time, motherfuckers. Alright guys, now it's time to unbubble what I got from Walmart here. Remember, keep in mind, this is something I ordered off their website over a month ago, and it just arrived, and I kind of sort of forgot what it is, but at the same time, I don't because of the size of it. But let's unbubble this thing now and find out what it is. Oh yeah. Let's see if I can open this bad boy here. Jesus Christ. Alright guys, let's do this. This thing right here, guys, is something I wanted since the first day it came out. But, hold on, I'm going to take this out of there, the stupid packing slip. It's something I wanted since the first day it came out, but I couldn't find it in stores anywhere, and I was looking around for a while. and I couldn't find it, so I'm like, damn it, oh well. And I finally found it on Walmart.com, and it was like what, $39 or $32.99, $33.99, something like that. I'll look at my packing slip later. But that is, bam, the Ghost Whisperer, the complete series here on DVD. There's no Blu-ray of it or anything like that, but you get what's it called, all the seasons of it, all 5 seasons on a DVD here. It's kind of cool. It comes in that little package thing here with a big first 4. That I don't know why randomly they have season 5 by itself. But I've always liked Jennifer Love Hewitt. Well, guys, that's all I got today for this Walmart unboxing, the complete series of The Ghost Whisperer. I always think the show is kind of fun. I don't think I've ever seen all the episodes, but that's what I got for this unboxing today. But guys, make sure you guys check out my review of Insidious Chapter 3. I put that up earlier today. Make sure you check it out. I have annotation on the screen or link down below. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up, and Wet Movie will see you next time.